It's time for Mount Union basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN and live on the AM 1310 Facebook, X, and the Q92 YouTube channel. Now let's take you live courtside to our play-by-play team of Sam Berquin and Ryan Keller. This is Mount Union Purple Raider basketball, brought to you by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Mack Center here on the campus of the University of Mount Union. Tonight, Division III men's college basketball. The Mount Union Purple Raiders take on the Mounties of Mount Aloysius. Yes, we're in for a barrel of mounts tonight. Welcome, everybody. Sam Berkman along with my partner, Ryan Keller, as we come to you courtside here at the Mack Center on this chilly, brisk, snowy Monday night. It's the M Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. Game one tonight went to Calvin as they took care of Wilmington in a pretty entertaining ball game. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Coming up here, it's the Mounties and the Purple Raiders. Tomorrow we'll flip 1 o'clock. Wilmington will play Mount Aloysius, and then the showdown tomorrow afternoon around 3:30. The Purple Raiders will take on Calvin. But you got to play who's in front of you. I bring Ryan Keller in, and this is a club, Mount Aloysius, who has not played since December the 3rd. I don't know how that happens, but it did. The Purple Raiders had a nice little 6-7 day break after their last win. They're looking to go. Yeah. Child, you're a child.
For my daughter.
Purple Raiders are 11-0. Mount Aloysius is 1-7. But we both agreed that the Mount Union break came for them at the exact perfect time. Got to rest up a little bit, get away a little bit, come back refreshed and ready to go. I'm anxious to see how they come out tonight.
Yeah, it was interesting talking to some of the players after, the last two games and how weird it was with the students not being here and kind of an empty gymnasium. So there's a nice crowd here tonight. Hopefully that helps build some energy. And you're right. They had some injuries that they were kind of working on. The break gave them an opportunity to rest. And we talked about how will the Purple Raiders come back after the break. Well, as you mentioned, December 6th was the last time that Mount Aloysius played. So I think if teams get off to a slow start, that's to be expected. But I think Mount Union is a good place, and we should be in for a doozy for Mount today.
We'll see how the Raiders come out of the box, and then we'll see. Tomorrow will be interesting, too, because the competition is going to go way up. And you're coming back real quick after a night game. You're going to play at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll see how the legs are after the long layoff. We'll see how that comes into play. But we are just happy to be back. We got the Purple Raiders tonight, and we're coming to you right here on AM 1310 WDPN. And, of course, Q92radiosports.com and all of our social media platforms. Why don't we tell the folks a little bit about what happened in Game 1 here tonight between Wilmington and Calvin. And, despite Calvin losing 2 games, I like to see the teams that beat them. I thought they were very impressive tonight. A nice inside-out game, a couple of big kids. And Wilmington didn't roll over.
No.
But they came up just a little bit short at the end.
Yeah, I got here early enough to watch that full game, and Calvin got off to a quick start. They've got a big kid down low. He's probably 6'7", 6'8", and he's got a good frame to him. He's a nice big post player, which could potentially, cause some problems for Mount Union tomorrow. But once their starting 5 went off the bench, Wilmington kind of clawed back in a little bit. And at the end, Calvin extended that lead. I think it was a 10 or 12-point victory at the end. But Wilmington hung in there. They kept it close the whole game, and they made Calvin battle. The good thing for Mount Union is if they're able to get a big lead here today, maybe rest some of your starters a little bit, get them ready for tomorrow, give your bench players an opportunity. Mount Union can sub 5 in and 5 out, which is beneficial for them. Calvin struggled with that a little bit today. They weren't able to do that 5 in, 5 out. Once their starters went off, their second team that came onto the floor kind of struggled a little bit against Wilmington. So the fact that Mount Union does have a deep bench, I think, is going to help them out tomorrow. For today, just go out and take care of business. Get off to a fast start and maybe give your starters a chance to rest for tomorrow and be ready for that big matchup against Calvin. They haven't updated the rankings yet, so Calvin is still number 8. Mount Union is still number 9. I expect that to change as soon as the rankings get updated. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. It should be a good one.
I'm anxious to see when those rankings do come out. We've been waiting for a while. I am very anxious to see what those are going to look like, because you take a lot of things into consideration. The crazy holiday schedule, the schedule beforehand. Some teams like Mount have already kind of delved into their conference play a little bit. Now we're bouncing back out tonight because of the holiday tournament. A lot of factors, a lot of things go into those rankings, and I'm very anxious to see what those look like. I'm not saying we should go right to number 1, but what I'm saying is competition-wise, schedule-wise, results-wise, I don't think we're asking too much that maybe this should be a 5 or 6 team in the country.
Yeah, and when you look and I've done some deep diving and looking at some of the teams that are above them and what the records have been since they haven't been updated, and some of those teams at the top have lost big games, and Mount Union continues to win. I think they're one of the very few undefeated teams still left in the country, which has to play into some hand. I can pull these up real quick. Yeah, Mount's still at number 9. Trinity's number 1, Randolph-Macon number 2, La Crosse number 3, Wash U 4, and Mary Washington 5. I know out of those top 5, I think they were all undefeated before the rankings, but since December 14th, I know a couple of them have a few losses on their hands. So Mount Union should, most likely jump up into that top 5 spot.
Well, we are getting ready to roll here at the Mac Center on this Monday. Again, the students are still gone. Well, there's a few here. I think some of the girls' basketball team is here. We got some of the Jackson middle school basketball program kids are here, about 30, 40 of them sitting behind us in the bleachers. So a pretty good crowd here for a Monday. Purple Raiders going to go with the black jerseys tonight at home with the black shorts, white numbers and letters trimmed to the black and purple stripes down the jerseys and shorts. Mount Aloysius, white jerseys, white pants, gray and blue trim, navy blue numbers with the blue and gray piping down the jerseys and the shorts. And we are officially underway here at the Mac Center. Sam Berkman and Ryan Keller on AM 1310 WDPN and all across our social media platforms. Settle in and enjoy some college basketball on this Monday night. Right away, Aloysius with the turnover. Here come the Raiders in transition. They try to get it down low to Elijah. Ball got knocked out of bounds. And Purple Raiders will throw the ball in underneath. 19:38. We're just underway here on 1310 WDPN. Don't forget tomorrow, round 3, 3:15, Mount Union and Calvin. Should be a spectacular game. If you got the time, you can sneak away tomorrow. We'd love to see you at the Mac Center. That's a big Division III basketball battle tomorrow here in Alliance. Raiders with the ball now. Hamilton on the left wing to Kevin Moore. Lobs it to Caleb. Spins out of it to Hamilton. Kevin behind the three-point arc on the wing. Ball goes down to Elijah inside. Put it off the glass and scored.
Yeah, a little bit of a height disparity there for the entire Mount team against Mount Aloysius. We've got them by a couple inches across the board.
Here come the Mounties. Top of the key 3-ball on the way. That is up and it is good. Nascimento check with the three-pointer from Spain. Knocks it home, and the Mounties take the early 3-2 lead over the Raiders. 18:54. There goes a long three. Right wing, up and good. By Chance Kaisenheiser hits the three, and it's a 5-3 Purple Raider lead. 18:44 to go in the first half of play. Driving down the paint, dumping it off into the corner for Tinch. Tinch had the ball, gets it back out on top, and the Mounties will reset. 18:33 in the first half. Purple Raiders 5. Mount Aloysius 3 on 1310 WDPN. Coming off the screen, a left-handed three in the corner, put up no good by Tinch. And the Mounties keep it alive with a rebound shot in the paint, put up no good by Jenkins. Shot up again, no good. And a foul. Tinch kept it alive, and the Purple Raiders who by heads and tails are bigger than this Mount Aloysius team, gave up 3 offensive rebounds, and that's not a good way to start, and it's an easy way to anger the staff down here to the right. Uncle Joe is fired up.
Jenkins, the sophomore from Columbus, they haven't listed at 6'7". He doesn't look 6'7", but boy, can he can jump. Watch him jump.
Jenkins, he is nowhere near 6'7". Yeah. He's like 6'4" and a half. And I might even be being kind there. We're tied at 5 as Jenkins hits a couple of free throws. 18:07 to go. We're just getting started here at the Mac Center. Hamilton right of the key, picks up his dribble, gets it back out on top to Kasenheiser. Chance to Kevin. Kevin on the wing. Hamilton goes inside, got bumped and got fouled by one of the Mounties in the paint. 17:57 to go in the first half. It's 5-5. Mount Union and Mount Aloysius here. Raiders in the black tonight at home. Kevin long 3 by Hamilton hit the glass. That was probably a little bit of a rush shot. The rebound picked off by Jenkins, gets the ball down the floor. Here come the Mounties. Nelson's got it. Over on the left side of the floor to Briscoe. He'll drive baseline, got cut off. May have stepped out of bounds, and he did, and the ball goes back to Mount Union.
Yeah, it's important for Mount Union, too, to not overlook this team and look forward to tomorrow. They've got to focus on what they have now. This is what they call a trap game, where you can easily get trapped. And you don't want to keep a team like this hanging around, because then it's going to give them, the momentum and the feeling that they can hang around.
And knowing that this team hadn't played a game in 23 days, I mean, they're going to have energy to burn. Hamilton over on the right side of Kasenheiser. Chance, rainbow 3. It's off the back of the rim, front of the rim. Nope, tip up in the air by Lorich. Caleb got it back blocked. Loose into the paint, picked up by Farrington. Put it up on the rim. Nobody got fouled. So that time it was the Raiders pounding the offensive glass, and Elijah Farrington, the former Massillon Tiger, will go line left and shoot 2.
And I would try to get the ball in Kasenheiser's hand. I know that was a deep 3, but watching him warm up today, he was dialed in from behind the 3-point line.
Elijah Farrington free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Purple Raiders, as we have mentioned many times this year, the free throws have been on point. Last year they were fiddling between 64, 65%. Oh my gosh, missed 2 of them there. So Mountain quick 0-2 from the charity strike. 17:07 to go in the first half. The Mounties and the Raiders are tied at 5. Now Cemento check, gets it over on the left side to Tinch. Tinch around a screen. Tinch almost walked. Ball goes into the corner for Nelson. Nelson baseline, hooks a pass inside to Cemento check. He fumbled the ball away. Picked up by the Raiders. Down the floor they go in transition. Laying it up and in is Chance Kasenheiser. That's the way you run the break. Purple Raiders with a 7-5 lead.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling that he's going to easily take over this game today.
Nelson almost trapped in the backcourt. Hey, it's a 10-second violation. Good defense by the Raiders as Mount Aloysius couldn't get it over the timeline, and the ball will go back to Mount Union.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting that backcourt pressure there, and they weren't ready for it wasn't a full press, but I don't think they were ready to break that. Mount did a great job of maintaining him in the backcourt.
Here comes Kevin Hamilton, the transfer from Youngstown State, into the corner for Farrington. Elijah about 15 feet away, back to the basket. Hamilton to Chance. Chance is going to rise above. Everybody goes inside and scores. Kasenheiser's on a heater. He's got 7 of the Mount Union 9.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling it too. He just had that swagger during pregame warmups.
Purple Raiders 9-5, 16:07 to go. Down on the block is Bass Briscoe. Hung it up on the rim. No, but a foul.
It's Kasenheiser there.
Donovan Bass Briscoe, 6-foot junior out of Hayfield High School, Alexandria, Virginia. 15:05 to go in the first half. It's a 9-5 Mount Union lead. Looks like some of the guys, even our guys, are
sucking wind a little bit.
It's been a while. Free throw rattles all over the place and falls out, no good. Substitution for Mount Aloysius. Finn Hutchison will check in, the 6'2" wing out of Marysville, Pennsylvania. Second free throw. That one is up and good by Bass Briscoe, his first point of the night. And the Mounties clip it to 6. Purple Raiders 9, Mount Aloysius 6. Coming up on 16 minutes to go in the first half of play here at the University of Mount Union. Hamilton in the corner for Kevin Moore. Shoot that three, Kevin. It's up. It's good. Kevin Moore from downtown. His first points of the night. It's a 3-ball, and it's 12-6 Mount Union. 15:45 to go. Vass Briscoe goes coast to coast and lays it off the glass and scores. He's got 3. Boy, beat him down the floor after a make, and it's 12-8 Purple Raiders. 15:36 to go. Clock running in the first half of play. Hamilton to Kasenheiser. Chance on the right wing. Picks up his dribble to Hamilton on the left side behind the three-point line. Oh, wide open down low. Firington went up with a shot. No good, but he got bumped. And Elijah will shoot 2.
Got more than bumped. They weren't giving him that free basket underneath.
They most certainly were not, and that'll bring us to our first media timeout. 15:25 to go in the first half in Alliance. It's Mount Union 12 and Mount Aloysius 8. Purple Raider playoff basketball continues on AM 13 WDPN, presented by SARTA.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller back with you at the Mac Center. It's the M Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. Game 2 of the Twin Bill tonight. There's 2 more games tomorrow with the featured game Mount Union and Calvin tomorrow afternoon around 3 p.m. Elijah Farrington, a couple of free throws coming line left. First one is on the way. That one is good, so he missed his first 2. So Elijah 1 out of 3 at the charity stripe on the night. Picks up his 3rd point. Raiders on top, 13-8, 15:25 to go in the first half of play. Farrington again, second one. No good. Kevin Moore got the offensive rebound. Goes inside, put it up and in with a right-handed score. Kevin Moore, he just wanted it more. Pardon the pun. 15-8, Purple Raiders by 7. I really didn't mean to do that. 15-15 to go in the first half. Take a check on the right side. That's a long 3. Right wing up and good by Sidney Jenkins. Or I'm sorry, that's Finn Hutchinson. Who called that timeout?
30 on Aloysius.
So Hutchinson hits the 3, and immediately the Mounties call time. We'll keep it here.
I mean, it might be one of those things, too, where, like we said, they haven't played since December 6th. He might be able to see his team sucking wind a little bit, trying to get into the flow of things, and just trying to keep them in this game early.
15:06 to go in the first half. Mount Union 15. Mount Aloysius 11. Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller with you here on this Monday night.
Saw J.J. McCarthy in the lobby. Mount Union basketball player, J.J., right? Let me go to Hoover.
You know what? First thing I thought it was, I'm like, what is the Minnesota Vikings quarterback doing here?
Oh, no.
J.J. McCartney.
J.J. McCartney, right?
No, it's not J.J. My God, his dad's name is Sean. What McCartney. What was his first name? He wore number 12. He played here for 5 years.
I thought it was J.J.
I don't think it's J.J.
I don't know. I got to look it up now.
You might be right, but look that up. Yeah, you threw me. I thought we were going to break down the Vikings football season. Long 3 in the corner, up and good by Nelson as he hits the triple way in the corner, almost out of bounds, hit that 3-ball. Mount Aloysius hanging around. 15-14 Purple Raiders, 14-15 to go in the first half of play. You might be right.
Oh, it was J.J. Mucci. Jonah
McCartney.
There it is.
There.
Knew he'd get it right.
3 ball outside by Caleb Lorich off the back of the rim. A rugby scrum pile on it. And they're going to say jump, and they're going to say keep the ball with Mount Union.
Yeah, I combined J.J. Mucci and
you really did try to throw me out on the street there, didn't you?
Screwed it all up. Good thing I didn't yell, "Hey, JJ," in the lobby. That'd have been awkward.
All right, we got substitutions galore here. Dante Collier in for Mount Union. We've got Jack Dunbar in. We've got Sean Vaden in. Anybody else? Nope. Chance and Elijah will stay out there for Coach Feline. Vaden on the block. Sean spins against the double team, lost the ball. Ripped out of his hands by Hutchinson, but the ball will stay with Mount Union. 13:49 of the first half, 15-14 Raiders by 1. Chance to throw the ball in for Mount, way out on top to Collier. Dante thought about a logo 3. Dunbar now to Dante, swings it right side to Chance, into the paint, little 18-footer, up, nope, whistle. He fouled him in the act of shooting. Nelson's going to get the foul, and his foot was inside the line, so it will be 2 free throws coming for Chance Kasenheiser. Mount Union off to an 11-0 start. First time ever. They've gone 11-0 to start the year. Boy, it's quiet in here. Free throw is up pretty good by Kasenheiser. He's got 8. Purple Raiders on top, 16-14. 8:13:41 to go in the first half of play. I mean, there is a decent crowd here, but it's just very quiet.
Well, you got players from both teams who played the game before as well who are staying to watch. And
17-14 as Kasenheiser hits a couple of free throws for the Purple Raiders. 13:30 to go in the first half. Mount Aloysius with the ball. And they're down 3. Hutchinson to the left of the key to Nelson. Nelson behind the three-point line working on Collier. Hutchinson drives all the way underneath the hoop, gets it out on top. 18-footer brick off the back of the rim. No good by Jenkins. Rebound by Kasenheiser. In transition, Elijah Farrington put it up. No good, but he got fouled. Elijah will go back to the free throw line and shoot 2 with 13:10 exactly to go in the first half. 17-14 Raiders by 3.
We like it when it stops on 13-10, don't we? That's a 15th foul on Mount Aloysius already, so 13 minutes left in the half. 2 more fouls. Mount shooting free throws for the rest of the day. Well, rest of the half.
Elijah Farrington back at the free throw line again. This one is good. So Elijah with 4. Thank you, Mario. 13:10 to go. 18-14 Raiders. Cavs and Spurs will be underway in about 25 minutes down in San Antonio. Purdue leading Kent State 51-27 with about a minute to go in the first half. Well, that's a tough task for a MAC team to go on the road to play Purdue. But that's how you get ready for the season, for the conference, I should say. 18-14 remains the score. Aloysius with the ball. Not anymore. Got a steal at the other end. Alley-oop. Up and good. Beautiful play by the Raiders in transition. Dunbar got the dime from Chance, and it's 20-14 Raiders by 6. Good defense at the half court caused that turnover, and the Raiders finished the deal at the other end of the floor. Jenkins back to Nelson. NBA 3. Glass rim. No. Ripped down by Farrington. Here comes the former Massillon Tiger in transition. Big man run of the floor. Collier in the corner for 3. In and out. No good. Vaden got the offensive rebound. Put it up. Nobody got grabbed around the arm, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulders. He'll shoot 2. Line left. Sean Vaden.
He had great position on the rebound. Was right underneath the basket. And, again, it was one of those things where they're like, we're not even going to let you get a shot attempt off. They bear hugged Vaden underneath the basket.
And it was Jace Becker, the 6-foot sophomore, with the bear hug on the 6'7", 6'8" Vaden. Free throw up, around, and in.
I think they have him listed at 6'11". Yeah, they have him at 6'11".
Vaden with the free throw. It's 21-14 Raiders. 12:20 to go in the first half of play. Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller. Good to be with you on this Monday night. 1310 WDPN, Q92radiosports.com. Second free throw, no. Taylor almost got that offensive rebound, but here come the Mounties across the timeline to Tinch on the left wing, and he'll slow things up. 12-10 in the first half. Becker's got it. Tinch on the left side of the floor. And it's Troy Tinch out of Calvert Hall High School in Baltimore, Maryland. Now Baker goes that block by Vaden. How many times have you heard that before? They've got to get a shot off. And a whistle and a foul on Dante Collier at the top of the key.
I don't even think Vaden jumped on that block.
No.
I think he's just straight arm blocked that shot.
And we have just crossed the 12-minute mark, which means it's time for a media timeout. 11:55 to go in the first half here at the Mack Center. So far, so good for the Purple Raiders. Mount Union 21, Mount Aloysius 14. Ryan Keller and I will be back with more Mount Union basketball presented by SARTA on 1310 WDPM.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the Mack Center. Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller. 11:55 to go in the first half. Mount Union 21, Mount Aloysius 14. I was going to ask you how the holidays were, but I already asked you earlier today. I forgot you and I had spent several hours together in the lobby.
No, it was good. It was a different Christmas this year,
Sure.
but it was still good.
You know what? I haven't had anybody ask me in, let's see, I'm 50, in the last almost 20 years. What are you doing for New Year's Eve? That's when you know that you're old.
I have zero plans.
I'm going to watch Ohio State. There goes a long three. Up no good. Rebound picked off in the corner. Mount Aloysius keeps it alive. Tinch inside with the left hand. Hung it up on the rim. Nope. Rebound. Vaden gets it down to Dunbar. This Dunbar kid, if he can just get minutes, he is going to be really nice. Nice pass. Collier went up for the slam, and he got fouled. That's the way you attack the rim 2-1. And Dante will shoot two, line left.
I don't think anyone expected him to attempt a dunk on that. He was so far away. I thought he was just going to lay it in. And he just kind of floated and caught the rim, just wasn't able to finish. However, he goes to the line, he's going to shoot two, and now Mount Union shoots free throws for the rest of the half.
How about the pass by Jack Dunbar to a cutting Collier who went up for that slam. Free throw is up and good for Dante. 22-14 Raiders by 8, and for Collier, his first points of the night. Dante, 6'4" senior out of Licking Heights in the Columbus area. Collier again, rim it in. So Dante with two. 11:28 to go in the first half. Purple Raiders have stretched it to 9, 23-14. Tell you what, though, Mount Aloysius, they're playing hard. They're fighting. They got to travel over here. And the ball is going to go back to Mount Union. I believe they got the travel on Iago Romaldi. He is out of Granada, Spain. 6'3" senior. They've got guys from Spain. Everybody else is from the States. Got a couple kids from Ohio. Vaden went up for the shot, got cracked on the right shoulder. He'll go back to the free throw line. So Sean Vaden, who just gets better every time out. Free throw is up. It's all about confidence for him. Tools are there. He could probably stand to put another 10 to 12 pounds on easy. Maybe more. But it's just about comfortability and confidence for the big man. Sean Vaden, who has 3 points on the night. The Raiders now by 11, 25-14 with exactly 11 minutes to go in the first half of play here at the Mack Center at Mount Union. Pass down low, inside out they go, and standing out of bounds was Tinch when he got that pass And the ball will go back to Mount Union. 10:53 to go. Raiders still on top, 25-14. Substitution now. Brandon Waters is in out of Clearbrook, Virginia. James Wood High School, perhaps named after the actor. Collier in the corner for a pocket three. Hit the rim, no good. Loose on the floor, bobbled up in the air. Taylor had it, lost it, and it's picked up by Waters. And he will hand it off to Nascimento Check. He'll bring it across the timeline. Left wing to Waters. Waters directing traffic down with a right-hand dribble. Baseline jumper from 16, up and good. That was Hutchinson with his 4th and 5th point of the night. 10:18 to go.
That breaks a 10-0 run for Mount Union, their first bucket in the last 3:35.
That was like a quiet 10-0 run, you know?
Right?
Raiders with it. Jack Dunbar shoots that three. In and out, no. Vaden got the rebound and put it right back up and in. Sean Vaden with 5 off the bench for Coach Fuline. The big man makes it 27-16 Purple Raiders. 9:55 to go. First half of play. Steal by Kevin Hamilton. Here come the Raiders right to left. Kevin behind his back. Down lane into the corner for Dunbar. Dunbar stops, throws it to Hamilton. Hamilton shoots that three. Got it. Kevin Hamilton from downtown with 3.
Great ball movement from Mount Union. They moved it all the way around. There wasn't an open shot, so they passed it to the next man until he was wide open for the 3.
Making that extra pass, and we got a jump ball on the logo. It'll stay with Mount Aloysius, but the Raiders turned up the half-court heat that time. Nelson back in for the Mounties. 9:30 to go, first half. 30-16 Purple Raiders. Here comes Sinique Jenkins back in. He's out of Columbus, Ohio. Went to Amani Christian in Pennsylvania. Not sure how that works, but that's what it is. Waters, a couple of big lumbering hops to the basket, got his shot rejected. Ball is kept alive by Donovan Bass-Briscoe. Goes inside, throws it up on the rim. No rebound picked up by the Raiders. Here comes Kevin Hamilton across the timeline to the right wing. Out on top, Jarrett Taylor 3. Rim no. Volleyball up in the air. Taylor got it back to Collier. Left wing Dunbar shoots the 3. That one's good. Jack Dunbar from downtown. And now the Raiders are starting to pull away like we kind of thought they would.
Yeah.
33-16, Mount Union. 8:47 to go in the first half of play. Waters no-look pass down low, and an easy basket by Jenkins is up and good. That's a nice little play right there. Jenkins reverses it off the glass for his 4th point of the night. 8:35 to go in the first half. 33-18, Purple Raiders by 15 here at the Mack Center. Hamilton on the right wing around a Collier screen. Kevin, left-hand dribble, right-hand dribble. Hooks it pass down to Taylor, driving to the rack, puts it up and in. Jared Taylor.
Great vision from, who was that? From Hamilton. Yeah, great vision, seeing Taylor on the baseline, cut across, wide open to the basket. Now your starting 4 coming back in.
I was going to say the Raiders did this all with the top 4 guys on the bench. Waters baseline fade from 17. That's not going to work. Rebound Vate keeps it in bounds, gets it down the floor to Hamilton. Kevin on the left wing. Hamilton drives by his man, got bumped out of bounds off of Hamilton. It'll stay with Mount Aloysius, but not before we have a media timeout. 7:56 to go in the first half here at Alliance. Purple Raiders 35, Mount Aloysius 18. Purple Raider Hoops continues, presented by Sarda. After the break on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you. What brings you out today? What's up, Sam? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new faucets and a vanity, maybe even a whole new bathroom. But I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. Yeah, Sam. These big hardware stores are great for tools and appliances, but not for kitchens and bathrooms. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard Plumbing Registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath this Thursday evening until 7 at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park. Robertson Kitchen and Bath, where amazing meets affordable.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by Sarda on AM 1310 WDPN.
7:56 to go in the first half. 1310 WDPN, Q92 Radiosports.com. But don't forget you can listen to the Purple Raiders on all of our social media platforms, 1310 WDPN Facebook, X, Twitter, and the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. (35-18) Raiders. 7:56 to go here in the first half of play. Raiders inbound the ball. It went off of Kasenheiser. And it goes back to the Mounties with 7:53 to go. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, Mount Union, Calvin. Huge matchup in Division III college basketball. If you can't make it, we'll have it on 1310 WDPN, but would love to see you here tomorrow at the Mac Center around 3 o'clock. Mounties with the ball down 17, trying to chip away here in this first half. Lob down low. Ooh, wait, whistle. You heard the oohs by everybody, and the foul is going to be on Kevin Hamilton.
Mount currently on a 20-4 run over the last 6 minutes and 5 seconds. They've hit 4 out of their last 5 shots.
Raiders 11 of 20 from the floor, 4 of 12 from 3, and 9 of 14 from behind the three-point line.
It was Romaldi with the 2-point basket.
His first 2 points of the night. 7:15 to go in the first half. Purple Raiders with the ball. Lorich down low to Elijah. Got stripped, and he'll go back to the free throw line for the 9th and 10th time tonight. 35-20 Raiders, 7:10 to go. And big Elijah going to go back to the charity stripe and shoot 2. Elijah Farrington tonight, 2 out of 6 at the free throw line, so he's trying to get a little better there. First one up and good. He's a good free throw shooter. He's just struggling tonight for some reason. He's got 5 on the night. 36-20 Raiders by 16. Elijah again. That was good. So Farrington was 6. 37-20 Purple Raiders by 17. Here comes Mount Aloysius. Donovan coast to coast. Bass Briscoe puts it up and in. So Donovan Bass Briscoe with his 4th and 5th point of the night. 6:55 to go in the first half. 37-22, Purple Raiders by 15. Foul on the left wing by Briscoe. That'll be his first. It'll put the Purple Raiders in the double bonus for the final 6:51 to go in the first half. They've got a 15-point lead.
Yeah, I was looking up Farrington. He's shooting 81% from the free throw line this year. He's 53 of 65 coming in tonight's game.
Kevin Hamilton with his first free throw. He's got one more coming. 4 points on the night for Kevin. Second one up and good. 5 for Hamilton. 39-22. Purple Raiders by 17. Kevin will sit down, and Cam Weekly will come in. The former Jackson Polar Bear getting some first half minutes here tonight for Coach Phelan. The youngsters from Jackson that are here tonight watching. Happy to see Cam out there. Tinch has got it on the left wing, way out on top, looking for help, looking for a cutter. Finally got it to Nelson. Nelson on the left wing. Nelson goes around a screen. Nelson a floater off the rim, no. Rebound. Jenkins put it up with the right hand and scored, and he was fouled. So Jenkins was 6. He'll look for 7 at the line. And Sanique Jenkins, the 6'7" sophomore, trying to complete the 3-point play.
Yeah, he's great with his positioning on the offensive side of the glass. He knows where he's supposed to be, and he's able to follow it up with a shot attempt. This time it went in, and he drew the foul.
Jenkins free throw off the front of the rim, no. Farrington got pushed in the back. Somehow the ball went all the way out to midcourt, and here comes Cam Weekly and the Purple Raiders. Cam a stutter step dribble. He thought about it. Got it back to Lorich over on the right side to Kevin Moore. Raiders with a rock, 6:15 to go. First half, Mount on top, 39-24. Kasenheiser off balance for 15, top of the key, no, but Caleb Lorich cleaning it up inside. Put it off the glass and scored. Caleb with his first 2 points. Mount Union 41. And the Mounties of Mount Aloysius 24. 5:54 to go in the first half of play. Bass Briscoe on the right wing. Goes around a screen. Cam hits the floor. Briscoe throws the ball into the corner. Big triple rainbow 3 on the side. Put up by Romaldi, no good. Rebound Picked up by Kassenheiser. Chance across the timeline for the Purple Raiders to the top of the key. Kassenheiser down the lane, wiggles inside, put it off the rim. No tip by Lorich, though. Jenkins pulled down the rebound for Mount Aloysius. In transition, Romaldi in the corner. Says, let's slow it up, fellas, and try to get a shot. Romaldi's in trouble. Cross court, Nelson for three. That one's good. So Nelson with a couple of threes. He's got 6 tonight. And the Mounties down by 14 out of the Raiders, 41-27. 5:05 to go in the first half of play here at the Mack Center. Not inside, ball taken away by Bass Briscoe. Here come the Mounties in transition. Bass Briscoe went all the way down, missed it, and Romaldi cleans it up and scores. And the Purple Raiders want a timeout, getting just a little lackadaisical at this end of the floor. This is going to be a 30, so we will keep it here, knowing that media timeout will be coming up here in about 49 seconds. Well, you can hear Coach getting after his guys in the huddle. 41-29 Purple Raiders, but a coaching moment here for Coach Fuline. His guys they've turned it up, and they've also turned it down, and he's trying to get them to turn that flame back up again.
Yeah, for a little while there, they were cruising pretty good, and it kind of feels like they took their foot off the gas a little bit. So he's just trying to reignite that flame. But again, it goes to show you that 5 off the bench, the energy that they bring. I think if we can get this first 5 to have that same kind of need to energy, boy, oh boy.
So coming out of that 30-second timeout, Purple Raiders looking to add to their 41-29 lead. 4:37 to go. Kevin Moore on the left wing. Kevin goes around his man, into the paint, jump stop. Out on top to Kassenheiser. Chance fakes right, goes left. 17-footer and a beauty. Chance Kassenheiser with 11. Got that shot all on his own. 43-29 Raiders. 4:18 to go in the first half. Chance with a steal. He's going to go to the other end of the floor. He will go and lay it up with a right hand and score.
He wanted to try to dunk that, and afterwards he knew, yep, not there yet.
He's mad.
Not there yet.
He's mad. He says, just take that 2 off the board. That doesn't deserve it. Chance, we're going to give it to you anyway. You got 13 on the night. Under 4 to go, and Kassenheiser just a little too touchy out here with the defense, and the foul is going to be called, and that'll bring us to our media timeout. 3:56 to go in the first half. The score, it's Mount Union 45, Mount Aloysius 29. We'll take a break and come back with more Purple Raider basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
3:56 to go in the first half. 45-29, Mount Union with the 16-point lead. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Keller back with you. 1310 WDPN and Q92radiosports.com. All right, partner.
Yep.
First time in about a week. What do we make of the Raiders tonight on both ends of the floor? What do you see?
I think coming off of the break, they had a good start. You get kind of not worried, but I want to make sure that tomorrow they come with a little bit more energy. I feel like they know they've got this game in hand, so they've kind of taken it off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I want to see foot on the gas all the way through the entire ball game and see what they can do.
Mount Union and Calvin tomorrow at 3 on WDPN. It is going to be a showdown in Division III basketball in the country. I don't know what Mount Aloysius was doing there, but there was a little miscommunication between Hutchinson and Jenkins, and they turned it over back to the Raiders. 3:45 to go in the first half. 45-29 Mount Union here in day number 1, evening number 1 of the M Club Holiday Tournament. Should say classic. It's really not a tournament. It's a classic format because all 4 games have already been predetermined.
That sounds better, too.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah, thought so.
Elijah Farrington, guess where he's going? Back to the free throw line.
He's going to end up being there like 23 times.
Ooh. Elijah, first one up, good. Lucky number 7 for the former Massillon Tiger, Elijah Farrington. 46-29 Raiders, 3:34 to go in the first half. Stick around. Jeff Mears will have the news and the weather and all the great information. Keller will swing us through the rest of the halftime with stats, scores, and we'll get you ready for the big second half here tonight in Alliance. Wonder how that Christmas party's going right about now. 3:20 to go in the first half. Raiders up by 18, going inside. Block once, missed a second time. So a block for Farrington, and then a rebound shot by Jenkins didn't get there, and the Raiders coming the other way. Kasenheiser dumps it. Caleb shoots that 3. Shot it a little bit short. Caleb got his own rebound. Kicks it left side to Weekly. Cam lobs it down to Farrington. Elijah, inside out pass. Kevin Moore, 3. Good! Kevin Moore from downtown. He's got 8. Steady Freddie.
He's one of those guys, too, where you want to
is.
see him shoot more and more and more every game.
Because he can get in a rhythm. We've seen it. Remember a couple of years ago up at John Carroll, man, he was on fire. 50-29 now. Jenkins going inside, up and under move, threw it right into the hands of Cam Weekly. Here come the Raiders on a run out. Cam, top of the key, dumps it down to Farrington. Elijah goes inside, lays it up and in. Elijah Farrington with 9. 52-29 Raiders. It's 10 for Elijah. That must have missed a free throw. Nelson out on top to Jenkins. Lobs it over on the left wing. 3 on the way. Up and good by Hutchinson. He's got 8. That's his second 3 ball of the night. And we're coming up on 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Purple Raiders with an even 20-point lead. 52-32 here at the Mack Center. Kevin Moore open for 3. That's off. And it's taken down by the Mounties. Here comes Mount Aloysius in transition. That's Bass Briscoe goes inside with the right hand, scoops it off the glass and scores for its 7th point of the night. Donovan Bass Briscoe out of Alexandria, Virginia. It's 52-34 Mount Union. $1:35 to go. First half of play at the Mack Center. Caleb, high post behind the 3-point arc. Gets it to Moore. Kevin, foul line extended. Lost it. Gets it back to Elijah. He'll just step into a 3. Wide open. No. Rebound. Lorich. No. Block from behind. No call. Things at the other end of the floor. Pinch gets it to Bass Briscoe. He goes up and under with a wild shot, a wild Euro step to boot. Taken away by the Purple Raiders coast to coast. That's going to be chance up, no foul. Kasenheiser shooting 2 line left with 1:01 to go in the first half. The Purple Raiders on top, 52-34.
Defensively, Mount Union has done a great job down at this end, too. They've had a couple little miscommunications that have led to, like 6 points for Mount Aloysius, but for the most part, as soon as they get to that half-court line, it is suffocating defense for the Purple Raiders.
First free throw by Chance is up and good. He's got 14 now. Chance Kasenheiser, the former Lake Blue Streak. 53-34, the Purple Raiders by 19. Chance line left, second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound picked off by Jenkins. He'll throw the ball down to Tinch. Here come the Mounties with 1 minute to go. We got Weekly, Farrington, Lowrich, Moore, and Farrington on the floor for Mount Union. Jenkins goes down low with a lot of swerving and swooping, but missing. And the rebound picked off by the Purple Raiders, and they'll run it down to the other end of the floor. Cam Weekly deep on the left wing. Lobs it down to Farrington. In the corner, Chance for 3. It's good. Chance Kasenheiser was 17 in the first half.
Jeez.
56-34. Raiders by 22 with 18 seconds to go here at the Mack Center in the first half of play. Mount turning the defense up just a little. 8 seconds to go. Mount Aloysius will hold for one. Bass Briscoe's got it. Down the paint, scoops at glass rim, no. Tip up at the buzzer by Jenkins, no. And that's the end of the first half here at the Mack Center at Mount Union.
Interesting first half.
Very interesting first half. And the first 20 minutes are in the books. Your score, Mount Union 56, Mount Aloysius 34. We'll take a break. The big halftime report is coming up next. You're listening to Mount Union Basketball, presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of AM 1310 WDPN News. Strong winds and lake effect snow are affecting much of northeast Ohio today. The wind advisory remains in effect through 1 a.m. tomorrow, with winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour and gusts of up to 50 to 55 miles per hour. Affected counties include Stark, Carroll, Columbiana, Mahoning, Portage, Summit, Trumbull, and Tuscarawas. Meanwhile, a winter weather advisory continues through 1 p.m. tomorrow. Lake effect snow is expected to bring 3 to 6 inches of accumulation, mainly in Portage, Summit, and Trumbull counties. Heaviest snow is expected late this afternoon and evening, with snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour at times, making travel hazardous. Numerous customers are without power across the region due to strong winds. AEP reported 193 customers out in Stark County as of 10 this morning. There were fewer than 5 in Columbiana and 36 in Carroll County. Repairs are underway. First Energy reported 312 outages in Stark County, 387 in Mahoning County, Portage County, roughly 3,200 customers without power, Summit County, about 1,200, and Columbiana County, 281. James Fair remains in the Stark County Jail on a $1 million bond following the shooting of an Altman Hospital employee. The 36-year-old Canton man is accused of becoming combative while under observation June 27th, struggling with an armed security guard and firing a shot that hit the employee in the abdomen. Fair is charged with aggravated robbery and 2 counts of felonious assault and has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. A competency hearing scheduled for today in Common Pleas Court has been continued until January 26th. Canton police say a man forced his way into his ex-live-in partner's home, assaulted her, and set items on fire during alleged incidents earlier this month. 27-year-old Marquis Barino of Canton was arrested Sunday on a warrant charging him with aggravated burglary, aggravated arson, gross sexual imposition, domestic violence, and aggravated menacing. He is scheduled for arraignment tomorrow in Canton Municipal Court. Police say Barino stripped the woman, assaulted her with a belt, and sent threatening text messages. The alleged incidents occurred December 19th and 20th. Minerva police say a woman accused of assaulting an officer during an arrest is now facing multiple charges. The incident happened December 21st after officers responded to a report of a woman passed out behind the wheel near East Lincoln Way. 34-year-old Caitlin Jackson of East Rochester reportedly admitted to drinking, refused sobriety tests, and became combative when told she was under arrest. Police say Jackson kicked an officer in the chest, resisted arrest, and later damaged police equipment. Jackson was arraigned December 22nd and appeared for a preliminary hearing today in Alliance Municipal Court. A new 4-story Hilton Hotel is coming to Perry Township with construction set to begin this spring. The 114-room dual-branded hotel will feature True by Hilton and Home2 Suites accommodations, sharing amenities like fitness centers, pools, and food options. The repository reports Ramatika Management bought the 2.4-acre site across from Menards along Erie Avenue Southwest. The 64,000-square-foot hotel will be financed by Sutton Bank. Developer Vibhad Patel says the $7 million project will create local jobs, support area businesses, and boost economic growth. Opening is expected in 2027. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We've posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
After 15 years on the bench, Columbiana County Domestic Relations Magistrate Bradley Allison is retiring Wednesday. Allison, who also ran a private law practice for more than 2 decades, says he's grateful for the opportunity to serve the community and help families navigate divorces and child custody issues. Former County Prosecutor Tammy Riley Jones has been sworn in as his successor. The Morning Journal reports Allison and his wife are moving back to Tennessee, where he will work part-time remotely for a law firm. Damon Williams, who faced murder and robbery charges in the June 2021 shooting death of Kashawn Bunch, has died, and a Mahoning County judge has dismissed all charges against him. The 29-year-old Williams suffered from sickle cell anemia, which prevented his trial from taking place. The cause of his November 26th death has not been released. Co-defendant Kayrie Williams was sentenced in 2023 to 20 to 24 and a half years in prison after pleading guilty to voluntary manslaughter and robbery. Another co-defendant, Michael Collins, testified in the case and faced lesser charges. Bunch was shot in a Youngstown park. A woman who pleaded guilty to prostitution charges in Mahoning County has been deported to China. 35-year-old Xiaoyan Tu of Flushing, New York, was sentenced to 1 year of probation in October after pleading guilty to promoting prostitution and soliciting. She was removed from the U.S. November 23rd through Detroit and extradited to Shanghai. As a result, her probation was terminated by Mahoning County Common Pleas Judge Anthony Dapolito. Tu's case stemmed from an arrest March 14th during an investigation of Sunshine Foot Spa in Canfield. A Mahoning County grand jury will now decide whether to indict the Struthers Band Boosters treasurer accused of stealing thousands of dollars. 49-year-old Jana Vilsack of Struthers faces felony theft charges after police say she took more than $5,000 from the Boosters account for personal use and withdrew an additional $2,000 from another organization account. The alleged activity occurred between April 21st and December 3rd. According to court records, Vilsack told police she committed the crimes. She allegedly said she had fallen on hard times. Greenwood Chevrolet Falcon Stadium in Austintown was targeted by vandals over the weekend. Police say there was damage to a press box housing scoreboard and video equipment, including a laptop and desktop. The desktop was later found smashed. Additional damage included a broken door, sliding window, thrown equipment on the roof, and damaged cinder blocks in the stands. Police are reviewing security footage. They're also testing red markings on one door for DNA. 2 people were arrested following a vehicle pursuit on I-80 Saturday. The Highway Patrol says the chase started eastbound on the Ohio Turnpike in Streetsboro and involved a stolen vehicle. Troopers used stop sticks to flatten a tire, but the driver continued until the rim disintegrated. The pursuit ended in Hubbard Township when the driver struck a police cruiser and went into a ditch. The driver and a passenger were taken to the Portage County Jail on multiple felony charges, and minor injuries were treated at the scene. A Summit County grand jury has indicted a man accused in the murder of an Akron mother and shooting of her son. 38-year-old Gregory Tillman faces charges including murder, attempted murder, and felonious assault. Akron police say 44-year-old Rebecca Lee Guthrie was found shot and stabbed at her Miles Street home November 28th, and her 25-year-old son was wounded trying to intervene. Tillman, who had been in a relationship with Guthrie, was arrested nearby. We'll return you courtside for the second half of tonight's game, right after the forecast from 3 News meteorologist Mark Johnson. For AM 1310 WDPN News, I'm Jeff Mears.
For the overnight, still windy with scattered snow up to an inch by dawn, a low near 20 degrees. Tuesday, a little light snow during the afternoon, mainly cloudy, blustery, a high of 28. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Hey, Joe, good to see you. What brings you out today? What's up, Sam? Need to pick up a few tools. You? Oh, I need new kitchen cabinets and countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. Yes, Sam. These big hardware stores are great for tools and appliances, but not for kitchens and bathrooms. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson Kitchen and Bath Gallery is a craft-made dealer, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath this Thursday evening until 7 at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park. Robertson Kitchen and Bath, where amazing meets affordable.
Sarda me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And welcome back to the Mack Center. Halftime between the Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Mounties from Mount Aloysius. Purple Raiders on top 56 to 34. Let's go through some of the first half stats for you. We will start with Mount Aloysius. Jenkins had 4 points in that first half. Briscoe with 7, Tinch with 2, Nielsen with 6, Nasamito Czech with 3, Hutchinson with 8, and Romaldi with 4 in that first half. Jenkins with 12 rebounds in that first half. 12 rebounds for Jenkins alone in that first half. Mount Aloysius with 19 rebounds total in the first half. They were 13 to 32 from the field, shooting 40.6%. They were 5 of 9 from behind the three-point line and 3 of 9 from the free throw line. Mount Union, Kevin Moore with 8, Farrington with 10, Caleb Large with 2, Kasenheiser leading all scorers with 17, Hamilton with 5, Dunbar with 5, Collier with 2, Vaden with 5, Taylor with 2, and that's it for scoring for the Purple Raiders. Leading in rebounds, Caleb Larich has 7 for the Purple Raiders. Sean Vaden with 2 blocks in that first half. Barrington with a block as well. Mount Union with 22 total rebounds. Mount Union only turned the ball over 2 times in the first half compared to the 11 from Mount Aloysius. Mount Union 17 of 33 from the field, shot 51.5%, 6 of 18 from behind the three-point line, 16 of 22 from the free throw line, shooting 72%. 22 free throws in the first half for the Purple Raiders. Points off of turnovers, Aloysius with 4, Mount Union with 19. Points in the paint, Aloysius 14, Purple Raiders 22. Second chance points, Aloysius 6, Mount Union 15. Fast break points, Aloysius with 0, Mount Union with 11. And points off the bench, 12 for Mount Aloysius, 14 for the Purple Raiders. Mount Union's biggest lead, 23. Their biggest scoring run was 11. Mount Union led 17 minutes and 33 seconds in that first half to the 12 seconds for Mount Aloysius. So Purple Raiders off to a great start in that first half. It was weird. They kind of got off to a slow start, and they brought that second 5 in off the bench with Dunbar, Collier, Vaden, Taylor, and Weekly. They actually had Hamilton running point on that as well. And that's when the run started. They got that energy line in there, and it just continued when they put the starting 5 of Moore, Farrington, Large, Kasenheiser, and Hamilton back in. Kasenheiser, 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the three-point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And those are our first half stats. We'll bring Sammy back in here. I don't know if you saw that. Got 20 or 12 rebounds from Jenkins in that first half.
That's insane.
Isn't that nuts?
Raiders only out-rebounded them 22-19 in that first half. Although they did
One guy
early. Remember, Mount had to call timeout because they kept.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yeah.
I thought so. I wanted to make sure. Before I said, before I said whatever. But yeah, that's you want to get your hand on Sanique Jenkins. 18 minutes, 12 rebounds, 4 points, assist, a turnover. That's a crazy stat line.
Yeah.
Right there. All right, Purple Raiders and Mount Aloysius getting ready to go here in the second half. Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller. Welcome back, everybody. 1310 WDPN, Q92RadioSports.com. And hello to all of you watching. Not the video, but you got us pulled up on your video screen and listening to our broadcast on WDPN Facebook, X, Twitter, and the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast and enjoying your Monday night here. This old man winter has come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, we've never called a game on a Monday, have we?
I don't believe.
No.
I know we've never called one on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock either. So a couple of firsts for your broadcast crew here. We'll be with you tomorrow at 3. Mount and Calvin. Big one tomorrow in the long term. Hope you can come on out to the Mac Center tomorrow. If not, we'll have it for you on WDPN. Our coach had a leaning bottle of water there. I had to set it straight. Purple Raiders, the home team tonight, obviously, but wearing the traveling black tops and bottoms with the white numbers and letters with the purple trim. Mount Aloysius in the white jerseys and shorts, navy blue numbers and letters with the gray trim. Oh, the bounds play called up, and a beautiful pass from Kasenizer to Moore, but just a little too tall on the alley pass, and the ball coming the other way for Aloysius. Boy, that would have been a fantastic way to start the second half of play. Titch gets it down low. Jenkins had it, fumbled it, got it back again, puts it up, blocked by Farrington. And the ball is taken out of there by the Purple Raiders. In transition, Elijah lane, up, got it, and he's fouled. Count the basket, Elijah Farrington with 12. He'll look for 13 at the line. Big man running the floor.
And another free throw.
Yes. 58-34 Raiders. Elijah looking for his 11th free throw attempt tonight. He is 6 of 10 at the charity stripe on the night. Free throw up and good. Elijah with 13. 25-point Mount Union lead. 59-34 with 19-19 to go in the game. Keep in mind, Mount Aloysius has not played in 23 days. Mount has been off for the last week or so. But clearly, no game action for 3 weeks is kind of not the way you want to go. But I got to believe that was out of their control, so to speak, as Jenkins hits a floater in the paint to make it a 59-36 game. But there's not a coach in the world that wants his program to be dormant for 3 weeks. Loose ball foul on Farrington after a missed shot, and the ball goes back to the Mounties of Mount Aloysius.
Well, I mean, you do all the preseason scrimmaging and trying to get ready to simulate game situation, and then you take such a long time off that you have to kind of rebuild back into that. You can only do so much in practice.
I mean, that's not a break. That's a vacation.
Yeah.
That's a long vacation. Mounties with the ball. Nelson at the top of the three-point line. Goes around a screen, goes baseline. Into the paint, Jenkins, little 17-footer, no. Rebound was kept alive by Donovan Bass-Briscoe, who popped it up and in.
Yeah, that happens a lot to Mount Union, too, where they're in position. They're just not able to bring the rebound in. It bounces around and falls right into the hands
right there
of someone underneath the basket.
Farrington, top of the foul line. Elijah going to go right to the hole, put it off the glass and score. He's got 15, Elijah Farrington. Almost didn't even have to work real hard there.
He tried, yeah.
He turned around, kissed it off the window. It's 61-38. Top of the key. Air ball by Nascimento. Check, other end of the floor. An easy bucket by Caleb Laurich. He's got 4. You almost get the feeling, Mr. Keller, that This lead could balloon to 35 or 40, and the Mount Aloysius won't call a timeout to stop it. More in transition. Kevin with a right-hand slam.
Well, they did there. I mean, they just came out firing, and I love when you can do a fast break without putting the ball on the court.
Yep.
And Kiesenheiser got it over into the corner right underneath to Caleb, and it's just beautiful. This is such an unselfish team where they want the other guy to score.
Kevin Moore with the driving slam, and with that, immediate timeout. 17:24 to go in the ball game. The Purple Raiders are rolling 65-38. Mount Union basketball presented by Sarda returns on 1310 WDPN.
Sarda me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
Sarda riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SardaMe.com.
You're listening to Mount Union basketball presented by Sarda on AM 1310 WDPN.
Back here at Mount Union, Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller, 17:24 to left in the game. Coming out of the full timeout, Purple Raiders in front of Mount Aloysius, 65-38 here at the Mac Center. Mounties with the basketball, down big here on the road in this M Club Holiday Classic. Tinch in the corner, goes baseline. He stepped out of bounds again. Second time tonight, he has caught the ball on the sideline and was out of bounds.
Once he gets the ball, he takes that big drop step before he starts to drive to the basket.
Back, and then and at that point, you're out of bounds. Hutchinson back in for the Mounties. Here comes Kevin Moore and the Purple Raiders with 17 minutes to go in the game. Mount Union 65 and Mount Aloysius 38. Hamilton out on top of Kiesenheiser. Chance on the M logo. Goes around a Laureate screen. Turn around, give to Caleb. He'll shoot the three. Top of the key. Hit the front of the rim. No. Rebound picked up by Bass Briscoe. Caleb just a little short on that three. Looked good when it left his hand, but he didn't have enough juice on it. Other end of the floor, we got a
trip,
whistle, and a foul.
Farrington
on Elijah.
Yeah,
nope, that's on Caleb.
Caleb.
That's his second.
Jeez.
16:38 to go in the game. 65-38, Purple Raiders. 22 on the shot clock for the Mounties. They'll inbound the ball underneath the basket to our left. That'll be Jordan Nelson out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hickory Grove to throw it in. Purple Raiders are well on their way to a 12-0 start to the season. Never been done in the history of the school. Mount Aloysius going to go to 1-8. Hutchinson, top of the key behind the screen, throws up a glass ball. No. Rebound picked off by the Purple Raiders. Here comes Chance Kiesenheiser across the timeline of the left wing. Wraparound pass to the wall.
I think it was kicked.
Kicked out of bounds by Hutchinson, and the Raiders will throw it in with 16:10 to go.
Yeah, Elijah,
what the heck was that
he ran into a screen from Jenkins, and when Elijah fell to the ground, Jenkins turned like, "You okay?"
Elijah says, "You know what? I'm going to shoot this three." Missed it. Off the rim, no good to the left. I mean, he was wide open. He had to take it. Bass Briscoe at the other end of the floor. Offensive foul as he runs over Kevin Hamilton, and the ball goes back to Mount Union. 16:01 to go in the game. Raiders 65, Mounties 38, 13-10 WDPN. Mount Union, Calvin tomorrow at 3. I promise you this, tomorrow will be
a lot different.
High-octane hoops. Kevin Moore dribbling right down the lane. Finger rolls it off the glass and scored. Kevin Moore with 12, and he had a little English on that baby. 67-38, the lead is ballooned to 29. 15:37 left to go in the game. Nelson over on the right wing. Jenkins sets the screen for Bass Briscoe. Nice no-look pass down low, but Caleb Lorich got his pinky in there and poked it away. Here come the Purple Raiders left to right with Chance Kasenheiser. Chance, line lane, scoop over the hoop. Nope, rebound picked off by the Mounties. 15-15 left to go. Nelson and on top, Bass Briscoe. Down low to Jenkins. Put it up and in with the right hand. So Sadiq Jenkins with 10. He is the first that I have Mountie to get into double figures as Kevin Moore hits a three at the other end of the floor. Kevin's got 15. And the points are coming quick now. 70-40. Raiders their biggest lead at 30. Pass into the corner, Nelson. Hutchinson long three. That one's good.
I'll tell you what, that kid can shoot.
Hutchinson's got 11. 1, 2, 3 3-pointers tonight for the young man. 70-43 Raiders. 14:37 left to go in the game. No, that ball goes out of bounds off of Hamilton. And with that, we'll take a timeout. 14:32 left to go in the basketball game. Purple Raiders in cruise. 70-43. Back to the MAC on 1310 WDPN.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
Sarda Me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SardaMe.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
14:32 left to go in the basketball game. Mount Union 70, Mount Aloysius 43. Sam Berkman and Ryan Keller back with you on 1310 WDPN at Q92radiosports.com on this Monday night. Let's see here. Kasenheiser, Moore, Farrington, Hamilton, and Laurich on the floor right now for the Purple Raiders. Steal at the other end, Jack Dunbar up and good with a two-handed slam in transition. A little flex to his friends on the bench.
I wasn't fast enough to get the picture.
That's all right. You may have another opportunity. Mount Aloysius just really not in the class with the Purple Raiders. 72-43. 14:05 to go in the game. And Dunbar, talk about the young man with some hops. Just kind of glided through the air and went up for that slam.
He's one of those guys you watched warming up last year, and, you know, the time he got in, he just kind of felt like he was going to make that next step.
Jenkins inside out. Grimaldi out on top to Nelson. 13:55 left to go in the game. Alley-oop pass off to nobody, but the pass goes right back into the hands of the first passer. That was Nascimento check. Shot on the inside, no good by Mount Aloysius. 13:40 to go. Raiders with the ball. Hamilton in the paint, 15-footer. Around it out, no good. Loose on the floor, picked up by Chance Kasenheiser. And the Raiders will reset. 13 on the shot clock. They lead by 29. Chance for three. It's good. Chance Kasenheiser. Took him a while, but he finally got to 20. Been sitting on 17 for a while. 75-43. Purple Raiders. 13:15 left to go. A Cemento check had it. Lost it. Kasenheiser at the other end of the floor. Put it up. No, but he got fouled by Nelson. Chance Kasenheiser will shoot two. Line right with 13:05 left, and the Purple Raiders on top, 75-43.
You know, we've talked a lot about Sean Vaden earlier in the game, and just these last couple plays, that pass that you saw just kind of ricochet off anywhere, that was a lob pass underneath that Vaden got a finger on and deflected it off the backboard, and then down on the other end, battling for that rebound, was just able to flick it away to Kasenheiser for him to hit that three, and he's just been all over the court.
Chance Kasenheiser, his 21st point of the night, 76-43 Mount Union. Purple Raiders will go to 12-0. Get ready for the big matchup with Calvin tomorrow at 3 p.m. here at the Mack Center. Second free throw. Crawls off the rim, no. So Chance hit 1 out of 2. 13 minutes to go in the game. Purple Raiders on top, 76-43 here on 1310 WDPN. Bass Briscoe's got it on the wing. Snakes inside for the 4-foot floater. Up and good. He's got 11. So Bass Briscoe with 11. Hutchinson with 11. 10 for Jenkins. That trifecta there is accounted for 32 of the Mount Aloysius 45 points. Raiders by 31 with the basketball. 12:35 left to go here. Dunbar on the left wing. On top to Vaden. Sean a dribble to Chance. Kasenheiser triple. Nope. Grimaldi picks up the rebound to Hutchinson down the floor. Mounties with the basketball. Jenkins, a long 3 on the wing, is up and good. Deep on the left side. He's got 13. So Jenkins got a double-double cooking here tonight. He had 12 rebounds in the first half alone. How about Kevin Hamilton? Baseline, hugging up on the rim. No. Rebound picked up by Jenkins down to Baker. Becker at the other end of the floor. Scoots a pass over on the right side. Back on top. Jenkins will shoot the 3. That one's no good. Rebound, one-handed rebound picked up by Sean Vaden.
Just his presence down there makes offenses have completely changed the way that they want to attack the basket.
Dante Collier around a Vaden screen. Dante from 17 on the left wing is up and good. Dante Collier with 4. Nice two-man game with Collier and Vaden. 11:37 left to go in the game. 78-48, Raiders by 30. Bass Briscoe, a couple of steps to the hoop, down to Jenkins, put it off the glass and scored. Jenkins has 15.
He's a good ball player. He's fun to watch. He's all over the boards. He's able to work the mid-range underneath. You saw him shoot a 3.
And a couple of years left. Chance on the right wing of Honor Vaden, screen to Collier. Dante left wing Dunbar shoots the 3. Collier, Dunbar with a 3. So Jack Dunbar from downtown's got 8, and it's 81-50 Mount Union. 10:58 to go in the game. Partner, I think you're going to get your prediction of 100-plus tonight for Mount Union. Whistle and a foul on Chance Kasenheiser. Can't believe they got the foul called, and he still can't believe it. Now I'm thinking maybe the referee thinks he can't believe it either. And with that, the media timeout, and we'll take a break. 10:53 left to go. All Purple Raiders, Mount Union 81, Mount Aloysius 50. It's Purple Raider basketball presented by SARTA on 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SartaMe.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
49 left to go in the basketball game. Purple Raiders on top, 81-50. Bass Briscoe hooks it as I blocked by Vaden, his third block of the night, into the hands of Dante Collier. Dante around a Vaden screen. Collier 15-footer right to the key. In and out, no good. Vaden got the ball alive to Dunbar. Jack Dunbar on the left wing has a dribble, goes baseline. 17-footer, left it no good. Rebound, Vaden hooks it up, no good. Vaden got it back and scored. He is an absolute beast. Sean Vaden with 7. Of course, he is towering over anybody on Mount Aloysius. And they paid off right there. Hutchinson now on the wing. Goes inside, fade. Dunbar said, get it out. Boy, Dunbar is very vocal
He is a very energetic.
Very energetic.
Yes.
10:07 left to go in the game. Raiders up 83-50. Bass Briscoe to throw it in. Becker rather, put it up no, but he got fouled. That's going to be on Cam Weekly. 83-50 Raiders, 10:05 to go in the game. For Cam, that's his first personal foul, 15 foul. So James Becker will shoot 2 line left out of Granville. 6-foot sophomore. First free throw, boy, that's an unorthodox style of a shot, but it went in. So Becker with his first point. Watch him shoot this free throw. See if he does it like he did the last one. No, not as much. No, he missed it. Rebound picked off by Dante Collier. Here come the Raiders with 10 minutes to go in the game. 83-51, Mount Union by 32 big ones here at home. It's the Mount M Club Holiday Classic. Taylor on the M logo. Jarrett picks up his dribble into the corner for Cam. Will shoot that 3. Good! Cam Weekly. From downtown, he's got his first point tonight, a triple.
You love when the bench celebrates it when, the guy who doesn't get a ton of playing time gets a bucket.
Speaking of a bucket, Bass Briscoe inside for 2. He's got 13. 9:27 left to go. 86-53. Raiders now getting ready to substitute here. I'm sure often Vaden down low. That's going to be a charge on Sean Vaden. No basket, and the ball goes back to the Mounties. All right, here we go. Let the substitution train begin. Chris Knight is in for the Massillon Tigers out of Massillon for the Raiders, 6'4" freshman. And I got one more upcoming. Number 10, that's going to be Landon Lear, 6'2" freshman out of West Geauga in Chesterland, Ohio.
Did you leave enough room on your sheet
for
all the names? You're going to be
probably
able to
not
squeeze them all in on your sheet.
I put us down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put 12 guys down. I thought that might be enough. Long 3, way out there, put up no good by Caleb Richwood. Raiders at the other end of the floor. Jarrett Taylor over on the Knight. Chris Knight's going to shoot that 3. Back of the rim, too strong. Volleyball up in the air. Taylor's got it in the paint. Chris Knight puts that one up, no good. Chris Knight got it back again, put it up and good. The third time's the charm for Chris Knight. His first 2. 88-53 Raiders. 8:30 to go in the basketball game here in Alliance. I got to believe Mount's going to sub a lot more by the time we are done here. Out on top, Bass Briscoe. Long 3 on the wing, no. Tinch got the loose ball rebound, goes inside against Lear, put it up, no. Rebounded, one-handed rebound by Vaden to Lear. In transition, Cam Weekly 3. That one's good. Cam Weekly was 6. 91-53. Purple Raiders with 7:57 left to go. Long 3 in the right wing. That's put up no good by Richwood. Here comes Vaden. Vaden, 1, 2, boom with a left hand. Look out, rim. And Keller, the photographer, caught it. Sean Vaden with the left-handed sweeping slam. And we got a timeout with 7:46 left to go. It's a media timeout. Purple Raiders by a 40-burger, 93-53. Mount Union basketball will return, presented by SARTA, right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the Mac Center, 1310 WDPN, Q92 RadioSports.com. Sam Irwin And Ryan Keller, Mount Union 93, Mount Aloysius 53 with 8 minutes to go. Coach Feline knocked my cap over on the scores table. He looked over and laughed and put it back where it was supposed to be. Long three on the wing by Litchfield is up and good. So Caleb Richwood with his first points. It's a three. This could be a final fun 17. 7:15 left to go here. Get a couple of runouts, and if Chris Knight gets one, look out. He'll throw the 18-footer on the wing. Is up and good. Chris Knight, known for his slashing and slamming. The young fellow can also shoot the jump shot. He's got 4. 95-56 Raiders. 6:55 to go in the game here at Mount Union. Litchfield to, it's inside. Block by Vaden. That's his 4th block of the night.
He almost set off the fire alarm. There's a little pull fire alarms right on the wall. He blocked that thing so hard that it bounced right off the fire alarm.
Here comes Anthony Bruce, the sophomore out of Lutheran East. Here comes the big man, Sean Vaden. His work is done for the night. He didn't even break a sweat.
No.
Honestly. And I'm not saying he's not playing hard. He was just kind of flying around out there tonight. Barely touching the floor. He goes to the bench for the night. Vaden with 9 points. I had him for at least 4 blocks. A couple of rebounds.
I'll tell you here.
Maybe he had 3, maybe he had 4. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
How many blocks for our man?
Vaden they only have him for 2.
That's wrong.
They have Farrington with 2 and Larch with 1. Yeah, I think he's got more.
He's got at least 3. 95-57, Purple Raiders. 6:46 left to go. Becker line left. That second free throw. Nope. And scooped up by Waters down low. Waters puts up a shot off the rim, though. Waters kept it alive. It's loose in the corner. Here comes Mount Union. Carson Banks is also checked in. How about a Cam 3? No. Raiders keep it alive. How about a Cam 3 in the corner? That one's good. Cam Weekly can shoot him with the best. He's got 9.
All right, that one's old. He's got 4 blocks.
I was going to say.
Yeah, he's got 4. Elijah's got 2. Caleb's got 1.
98-57 Mount Union. They're looking for a run out for that 100th point. What do you say? 3 in the corner. Mount Aloysius. That's no good by DeMar Carr. Here come the Raiders. Banks to Weekly. He'll drive and score. That's an even 100 for the Raiders. Well, you got your 100 with 6 minutes to go. How about Cam off the bench tonight? I know, a little garbage time, but he's got 11. 3 threes and a deuce. Next Purple Raider to come in is going to be, I don't have 23. You have a 23?
Yeah, Darius Rodriguez.
Yep. Duh. I'm not looking at it. So Rodriguez will come in for Mount.
Sophomore out of Alliance.
Cam Weekly will sit down. Well done, Cam. So Darius, the 6'2 sophomore, the Alliance Aviator, getting a little playing time under the bright lights with the Raiders on top, 100-57. Becker's free throw is good. And for Becker, that's his 3rd point of the night. 100-58 Mount Union. 5:45 left to go. Becker with the second free throw. He's got 4. Raiders up by 41. Carson's got it. Left wing to Rodriguez. Rodriguez fakes right, goes left. Slashes inside, put it up, no good. But he drew the foul. It's going to be on Waters. And Darius Rodriguez will shoot 2 line right for Mount Union. 5:29 left to go. 100-59. Rodriguez up and good. Free throw good. Rodriguez got them both. 102-59 Raiders. 5:22 left to go. Becker across the timeline. He's picked up by Anthony Bruce out of Lutheran East. Bruce poked the ball away. Becker gets it back on the far side. Shot clock down at 13. Becker going strong to the hoop. Got caught up in the air. Throws the ball into the corner. Waters a three ball in the corner pocket. Up and good. Waters his first bucket. It's a three. 4:59 left to go in this one. 102-62. The Purple Raiders by an even 40 here at the Mack Center on 1310 WDPN. High arcing shot by Bruce. Crawled all over the rim. No. And the rebound picked off by Cam Kaiser, who's checked in out of Jamestown, Pennsylvania. Other end of the floor, a reverse off the glass and good by DeMar Carr. So Demaya Carr with his first two, 102-64. Ball goes into the corner. Three in the air. Good! A triple in the corner for Anthony Bruce. 105-64. And yes, I have officially run out of room on the score sheet. 105-64 Raiders. 4:15 left to go. Stick around. Quick post game coming up for you at the conclusion of tonight's game. That ball went out of bounds eventually, but not before there was a foul called on Landon Lear.
I said 104-64 before we went on air.
Yep.
So
you're close if the game ended right now.
I know, right?
Purple Raiders with 9 fouls. Aloysius with 4. Becker's going to go to the free throw line. 4:09 left. Mount up 105-64. Boy, Becker just cannot buy a free throw. Missed that one, too. Carr picks it up. Now Becker on the right wing. Throws the ball into the corner for Waters. Picked up by Knight. Waters, right wing to Becker. Becker foul line extended. Goes around his man. Flips it up on the rim. No, but a foul. .354 to go. Our final media timeout is now. Mount Union 105, Mount Aloysius 64. Ryan Keller and I will come back with more Mount Union basketball presented by Sarda on 1310 WDPN.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by Sarda on AM 1310 WDPN.
3:54 left in this one. 105-64 Mount Union by 41 here at the Mack Center. Sam Berkman, Ryan Keller. Don't forget, we'll be with you tomorrow around 3 o'clock, maybe a little after. Mount Union will take on Calvin. That's tomorrow here at the Mack Center. We would love to see you. If you can't make it, we'll have it for you right here on 1310. Well, a lot of the crowd is, exited. Go out and get that car started.
Right. It was cool driving in up State Street, the wind blowing the snow across the street.
Made for
It was very neat.
Free throw by Becker's up and good. So Becker, that'll give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the night. 105-65, Mount back up by 40. I don't think we had any more substitutions during the break. We did not.
Thought it was quiet in here before.
Becker, second free throw, no. Lear pulled down that rebound. You know, it's been so quiet in here for a good part of the night. Lear with a three. That one's no good. It almost had me wishing for a pep band, but not enough for me to wish that.
Right.
My ears are still bleeding from the field house last night. Waters in the corner. Steps back. He'll shoot that three. It's good. So Waters, holy substitutions, Ryan Keller. Lear had the ball go off his foot and out of bounds. Back to Mount Aloysius with 3:15 to go. All right, here we go. Zach Davis in for Mount Union for the first time. Ryan Romig in for the first time. We've got Anthony Bruce. He has been in. Braylon Johnson is in from Painesville Harvey for the first time. And let's see, I forget anybody else? I don't think. 3 in the corner, up and good.
Zach Davis. Did you get Zach Davis?
Yep, that's Dylan Bell for 3. Deep in the corner for the Mounties. Purple Raiders on top, 105-71. Shot in the corner, no good on the left wing by the Raiders. Here come the Mounties with 2:38 left to go. It is officially garbage time at the Mack Center. Dribbling in and out of players, putting up a shot, no good, but a foul. And we're going to have free throws coming here for Demaya Carr out of Johnstown, PA. 2:31 left, 105-71 Purple Raiders. Again, quick post game coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school.
2:31 to go.
My bad.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
I was going to blame Rainsburg. I didn't know what happened.
I hit the refresh button on my laptop and it refreshed the wrong page and it took us out of our streamer. So he did what he was supposed to do, which is throw a commercial in.
That's right. Long 3 in the corner, in and out, no good. That was Braylon Johnson with that 3-point attempt for the Raiders that went awry. 2:10 left to go in the game. 105-72. Purple Raiders on their way to their 12th win. We got a steal and a run out. Here comes Rodriguez behind his back, and the ball goes out of bounds back to the Raiders with 1:59 left to go. Mount Aloysius is on their way to dropping to 1-8, and again, for the first time in the history of the school, every time they just keep adding, it's going to be the first time. Purple Raiders are going to go 12-0. 3 on the left wing by Romig, no good. And the rebound picked off by the Mounties with 1:50 left to go in the game. 105-72, Purple Raiders. Shot in the paint, no. Rebound picked up by Zach Davis out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Over on the right side to Bruce from Lutheran East. Shoots the 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Mounties with 1:29 left to go. 105-72, Purple Raiders. Left to the key, a little hop, skip, and a jump off the glass rim, no, by Boateng. Isaiah Boateng out of Woodridge, Virginia with that attempt, no good. Rodriguez at the other end of the floor, drives inside, put it off the glass and scored. Rodriguez, the former Alliance Aviator, with a bucket. Mount Union 107 in the Mounties 72 with $1.05 left to go in the game. Driving to the hoop, never got there, was Carr. Goes into the corner out on top to Juma. Juma inside, blocked, and a foul is called. Foul's going to be on Bruce, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. 55 seconds left to go. 107-72, Purple Raiders, 35-point lead. Juma's got 2 coming line left. The first one is up and good. Ethan Juma out of Glenmont, Maryland, a 5'10 freshman. Head coach Marcus Thomas, by the way, in his 5th season with Mount Aloysius. Juma's second free throw is good. Makes it 107-74. Here come the Purple Raiders. 52 seconds left to go in the game. Romig across the timeline. Romig to the left wing. 43 seconds to go. Bruce into the corner. Long 3, Braylon. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound picked off by Mount Aloysius. That was Kaiser with that loose ball rebound. 33 seconds left to go. All Purple Raiders tonight for the opening tap. They lead now 107-74. Open 3 left wing. Up good. 3 ball by Dylan Bell, freshman out of Everett, Pennsylvania. Makes it 107-77. Raiders by 30 with 16 seconds left to go. Romig had his pocket picked. He gets it back. Roaming over on the left wing, Bruce way outside. Three-pointer, no good. 8 seconds left to go. We're just going to let that play out. Roman gets the loose ball rebound, and that is it.
It's like a running back running through that that arm drill thing where everyone tries to rip the ball away from you.
Final score here tonight, the Purple Raiders of Mount Union 107. Mount Aloysius 77. The Purple Raiders go to 12-0 on the season, and the Mounties drop to 1-8. We will take a break and come back with more Mount Union Purple Raider basketball right here on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live all over the world at Q92radiosports.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Presented by Sarda on AM 1310 WDPN.
Berkman and Ryan Keller back here on AM 1310 WDPN, all of our social media platforms, including the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Well, we don't get many of these.
No.
But we got one tonight, and we kind of expected it. Purple Raiders 107, Mount Aloysius 77 as Mount goes to 12-0 for the first time in basketball in the history of the school. And again, from start to finish, it was all Mount Union. They were really never threatened in this ball game. And we're going to be talking with Kevin Moore. He will be joining us here in just a few minutes, but just looking at some of the numbers here. I'll tell you what jumps out at me right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like our starting five, nobody played more than 24 minutes tonight.
That's awesome.
So they got their legs under them tonight a little bit. They should be, ready to roll tomorrow.
What I like is the 4 turnovers for Mount Union.
That's it?
4
So
turnovers.
they had 2 in each half.
Yeah. Yep. And I also like 24 points off of turnovers.
Yes.
Mount Aloysius with 16 turnovers, and Mount converting those to 24 points is I think is a huge stat line for them.
Mount got 75 shots up tonight. They were 37 of 75 from the floor, 13 for 36 from 3. Or is that 26?
13 of 30 for Mount Union.
20 of 27 at the free throw line. They out-rebounded Mount Aloysius 18-16. 24 assists to 14.
Jenkins had 18 rebounds for Mount Aloysius.
Wow. So he had 18 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. But it was 56-34 at the half. Purple Raiders outscored them 51-43 in the second half. Mount wins it by 30 tonight, 107-77. Again, we're waiting on Kevin Moore. He should be up here soon, I think.
Yes.
And we'll talk to Kevin for a couple of minutes, and we'll cut him loose because these guys got to get some rest.
They got to get back here tomorrow.
3 o'clock tomorrow.
But for Mount Union coming in off of a little bit of a break, I thought this was just the kind of game that you needed. You got your starters in to kind of get them back into basketball mode, and you were able to get some of your younger guys in. You got a big game coming up tomorrow that you were able to rest your starters, and technically they played one half of basketball and able to try to get back into the swing of things.
Purple Raiders again 12-0. Obviously, the competition will be much greater tomorrow. Again, if you're able to come on over tomorrow, I think you're gonna really enjoy the basketball game. Uh, it's scheduled for 3. I seriously doubt it'll start at 3, but um, game 1 tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We will have Wilmington and Mount Aloysius. That'll be the first game of the doubleheader tomorrow, and then Mount Union will play Calvin in the nightcap. If you can't make it to the Mac Center, we'll put you at center floor here on 1310 WDPN. But if you can, love to see you tomorrow. And if you're looking for a great Division III college basketball game with 2 ranked teams in your own backyard, don't have to travel far. This will be the place to be tomorrow, and I think everything will be ramped up tomorrow, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, and they could use the home court advantage.
Yeah.
They feed off of that crowd. We've talked to Chase a couple times, Case Nizer, and he mentioned how it just kind of feels weird when the students aren't here and there's not a crowd and it's quiet. And you had that a little bit throughout parts of the game today, where everyone was just kind of just enjoying the game and watching it. No one really got into the game, the crowd wise. And you and I had a commercial break. We're like, yeah, it's kind of awkward in here. So yeah, come down and we'd love to see you, and I'm sure that the team would love to have that as well. That extra energy. That's what the home court advantage is.
So if you can make it tomorrow, spread the word. I know I would think tomorrow maybe a lot of, I don't know, maybe some high school coaches will want to come over, bring some kids over. If you're a basketball junkie, I know it was a little cold and crummy out tonight, so I can't blame you for not wanting to come out into the cold. But tomorrow, if you can get here, 3 o'clock, Mount Calvin coming up here on AM 1310 WDPN, and we'll be streaming, of course, on all of our social media platforms as well. And here he is, the Deuce, Kevin Moore, joining us here, courtside here. Congratulations on the win, a 30-point. Just to talk about the game tonight, but talk about the break you guys had, what you did, and how you thought you were going to come out and perform tonight.
I feel like here at Mount Union, Coach Fuline do a good job of resting us. He understand like we do a lot, even when we don't have practice. Like we're lifting or we're in the gym putting up shots. So he really harp on like taking care of our body. So that's pretty much what we did, and being able to amount of days that help us come back and just be fresh and be flying up and down the court.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely appreciate Coach for doing that.
Kevin, were you ready for the break to come when it did?
Yeah, we were, because in the country
number
undefeated.
9 at least, yeah,
number 9. So we pretty much like every day, like we gotta meet a standard, like every single day. That could take a toll, but we I feel like we handled that pretty good. So any break we get is great. We don't take it for granted.
Kevin Moore is our guest as we're courtside here, 1310 WDPN, and all over social media, Facebook, X, Twitter, and of course the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Kevin, tonight I had you for 15 points. You strike me as the kind of guy, once you get in a rhythm, man, you can be really dangerous. There are times in a game where hey, get me the rock, I'm feeling it tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like on a break specifically, I said I need to get in the gym every day. I'm not going to just lay on the couch and just eat. So I was in the gym. I was back home in the gym. So I just have to keep doing that to get a rhythm, and it showed today. So I pretty much every day now just got to keep going, getting better every single day.
What do you like most about this team right now and how you guys are playing? I know you're only 12 games in. We got a long way to go, but what's your sense of the different levels that you guys can take it?
I think we can go as far as we want to, because we know we have the talent, but we like each other, and that's rare. Like a lot of teams don't have that, where like every single body from the like top to the bottom like each other. So that make it easy for us to just come out and just play basketball and just do the right things, do what Coach tells us to do, pretty much.
And it's noticeable. I mean, Ryan and I, we noticed it. We talked to your coach about it last week. We can tell when guys are all in with each other. And you guys strike me as the kind of group that you're on the court together. You guys maybe go out to eat together, maybe go to a movie, go to a party, go whatever. But everybody's like all in. And when do you know that that's going to be like that? Because sometimes you got to work at it.
Right.
Sometimes you work at it and it still doesn't happen. But you can see you guys are like this.
Yeah. Me personally, I knew before the season, once we all got on campus, we were all hanging with each other. And that's kind of what I knew because every team I've been on, like the teams that hang with each other all the time is the great teams. Last year team, we kind of really didn't do that a lot. This year team, I knew like immediately we was gonna be good because Mount Union, we're always going to get the talent, but depending on how close we are is that dictate how far we go.
So tomorrow should be fun.
Yeah.
A couple of ranked teams going to battle. You get the quick turnaround, 3 o'clock. I think you're going to have a bigger crowd, a more vocal crowd tomorrow. What excites you most about going up against Calvin? And we watched them tonight. I know you guys watched them too.
Yeah.
What do you expect tomorrow?
They're big. I expect
They are.
I expect a great game. They're big, so we pretty much haven't played like a lot of teams that's that big. I know in the tournament we'll see like a lot of teams that have length like them. So I'm pretty much excited to see how we just compare to them, like their length. We got to really like rebound the ball. Really, we got to be on a string on defense pretty much. So we're very excited tomorrow.
When you first hit the floor tonight, and you got the first media timeout, the second media timeout, did you feel like you were getting your legs back after the layoff, or did it take a couple more trips up and down the floor?
Yeah, I feel like that first time out, I was just looking. I always look up to see when the first media is because I'm always
Right.
I be tired. I try to play defense as hard as I can, so I'm always looking up for the first media. So when it finally came, I was happy.
You're happy.
Yeah.
I saw that smile on your face over there. One more before we let you go. What did you do on your break? Besides, I know you were shooting the ball a little bit, but what did you get into?
If I wasn't playing basketball, I was pretty much hanging with my brother and my girlfriend. Pretty much, I don't do too much. I just chill. I really just chill. I like to have fun with my friends and my family.
All right, that sounds good, my man. Well, I appreciate you coming over.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Of course. Thank you.
There he goes, Kevin Moore, joining us here courtside, 1310 WDPN. Kevin's great young. Had a nice ball game tonight. We'll need him tomorrow as the Raiders will take on Calvin a little bit after 3 o'clock tomorrow here on WDPN, and of course streaming at Q92Radiosports.com. He is really he's a nice young man. He's just another player on the team that they talk about the unity, the togetherness, and sometimes it sounds corny and rehashed and whatever. But you know what? If you have all the talent in the world, but there's no family atmosphere, no togetherness, no will to play to the guy to the left, the guy to the right, you're not going to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
And this team, you can see it, and it's early, and you can see it.
Yeah, and when I did play-by-play, I had a chance to talk to Chance Kasenheiser, and one of the first things he talked about was his relationship with Kevin and how close they've become and how he kind of took Chance under his wing. And that's the kind of leadership that you want as well. Having someone like that who's willing to take you, a senior leader who's taking a young guy underneath his wing and is, kind of showing him the ropes and everything. That just, all that stuff trickles down. And then when Chance becomes a senior, he's going to do the same thing because that's what he learned. It starts with the culture and Coach Fuline and togetherness and family. And it shows on the court because they love, I think they enjoy getting an assist more than they enjoy scoring because, they're giving their buddy, helping them get 2 points or 3 points.
And when you got that going, you got something special. Yep. And we're kind of watching that grow right in front of us. You're 12-0, never been done in history. Yeah, the streak's nice. I'm sure people talk about it. We talk about it. But this win streak is not the end-all, be-all.
No.
The end-all, be-all is to be at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in March, okay? And that's a long way away. You got another game tomorrow, not conference. You jump back into the OAC. You're going to have another tangle with Muskingum coming up. You're going to have a couple of battles with Wilmington coming up. You're going to have a return engagement with Ohio Northern up in Ada. So it's going to be out there for the taking, but you got to go one at a time and kind of pace yourself. But I believe this team, and I've said it. I've said it for a month now.
Yeah, you and I talked before the season started. We're like, this is who's coming back, and these are the pieces they added. And then we saw them finally start to get to play with the new pieces, and you look and you're like, man, this looks a little different. This reminds us of a couple years ago, and maybe we'll end up in in Indianapolis. We'll see.
We'll see. I know. You media guys, shut up already. It's not even January. Folks, we're just planting the seed.
Right.
And we'll let the team water it, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right, that's going to wrap it up here for the Mac Center on 1310 WDPN. Your final score, Mount Union 107 and Mount Aloysius 77. Former broadcast partner Ryan Keller, great job as always. Ryan Rainsberg back at the 1310 studios, and most of all, Raider Nation, thank you for listening. Sam Berkman saying so long and good night from the Mac Center in Alliance. Purple Raiders 107, the Mounties 77. You've been listening to Purple Raider Basketball presented by Sarda on your home of the Purple Raiders, AM 1310 WDPN. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon at 3 from the Mac Center. So long, everybody.